My name's Aaron Blakely. I'm the Director of Global Security Operations for DigiCert. I head up the information security, the physical security, and IT compliance programs. DigiCert is the leading provider of scalable TLS, SSL, Internet of Things, and PKI solutions. Some of our customers include 89% of the Fortune 500 that choose DigiCert's expertise in identity and encryption. We're headquartered out of Lehi, Utah. We have a little over 1,300 employees that span the globe to work to secure the internet and IoT devices. Back in 2018, DigiCert acquired the Website Security Services business unit from Symantec, which was formerly the VeriSign CA. With that acquisition came a lot of storefronts and brands and websites that we had to figure out how to migrate. And our current infrastructure was just not built to that point, and we needed to figure out a way to quickly scale and have some place to do that on a very short timeline. So we did a lot of vendor research and tried to find an infrastructure as a service provider. We ended up selecting Amazon Web Services as that infrastructure provider for all those new storefronts and brands. Well, historically, DDoS attacks at DigiCert meant that our services were slow or completely down. And we would have to throw a lot of resources to hurry and help try to mitigate these things. They involve multiple teams, whether product operations, infrastructure, security, and even sometimes marketing would have to help pitch in to do whatever little manual tricks we could to try to keep the site up and running. That caused a lot of undue stress on our team, and it also interfered with their work projects because they had to drop everything they were working on in order to help mitigate these things. So that was definitely a large challenge for us. The next problem that we had was that we have strict compliance rules that require us to be in complete control of our private keys and certificates. When DDoS vendors, in order to distinguish between good and bad traffic, they have to build actually decrypted traffic. But since we weren't necessarily able to give those keys over due to certain reasons, it would actually, because it would look like all bad traffic. So if our site had just been slow, it was possibly take our whole site down by trying to use a service to help protect us. So that was the other challenge that we were having to address. So we used Imperva WAF hardware appliances already at DigiCert. And so we explored the idea of using Imperva's cloud security application suite in order to protect our cloud assets. We needed to address the cloud WAF and have something there similar to what we had on-prem, and we also needed to have a DDoS protection to mitigate those things. We looked at Imperva based on our past experience with them, and also that they allowed the unique feature of letting us manage our keys. So we were able to address both challenges with a vendor that we already were very comfortable with and did a really good job. Well, my team, we were looking for a fully automated security solution when it came to the WAF. Keeping up on protecting your application takes a lot of time and resources in order to make sure that you're addressing different attack vectors in 0 days and also not blocking legitimate traffic. So DigiCert, we're a security company, but we're not in the WAF business. So we looked at Imperva heavily to have those resources and to make sure that we stay protected, and we had the confidence that we were protected using that feature. Well, DigiCert moving to a hybrid model where we had our storefronts and brands in the cloud, so that way we could take advantage of geo-specific locations and serving specific region content up. We also had our backend systems, which is our bread and butter. This is where we issue certificates from, and we have a very highly regulated compliance environment that we have to keep up. So by having those two, we can meet our compliance requirements, we can meet security, but we can also take advantage of the cloud flexibility. So we needed a vendor that would be able to essentially protect both sides of it. One of the nice things about Imperva is it gives you a single pane of glass visibility into all your critical sites. So that way, it doesn't really matter where the logical location is, it's all in one location. And that allows you to have, configuration management, your data analytics, incident response, your alerting configuration, but it doesn't matter where it really is when you're dealing with it. And so it increases my team's efficiency because we can quickly address things regardless of where they're at. Imperva, getting the cloud application was very, very simple. It had a pop-up box, it gave quick instructions. Most customers get to have a website protected in Imperva by using default settings just in a matter of minutes. For us, we leveraged our SE who came in and showed us a few things on how to get going very quickly. And we had our core assets protected just in a matter of, within an hour or so, we had a majority of our products protected. Well, we've seen attacks that run the gamut. I mean, like pretty much everything. Volumetric attacks, layer 7 attacks, really and some of these have lasted whether days or weeks, and can be really long and sustained. So the first real test we had was after we'd gotten some of those core assets, it was shortly thereafter, over a long holiday weekend, we started getting the alerts letting us know that were facing an attack. And so the first thing we did was you normally go in, you check, make sure the site is operational and you don't need to follow the rest of your incident response. Well, at this time, things were operational and stuff. And so, it was a huge sigh of relief to see Imperva do its job, do it well. And so we were able to communicate that to my team, to the executive team, and realize that, we weren't going to be wasting anyone's holiday weekend and the site was going to stay operational. And it was amazing to see. Well, the challenges we're facing, especially with the DDoS mitigation and the attacks, that's super common. So when I'm talking with my peers and I kind of want to relay about the advantages and what I've seen that makes my life better, as I talk about the transparency of the service, it works. The effect it has on internal and external users, there's no impact or little threat at all to them. And these days, I actually have to notify the business units to let them know an attack's going on because they don't see firsthand how it's doing it. So that's a really big thing, is the transparency. And the ROI for Imperva, it's really easy to see. Downtime equals lost revenue, and DigiCert, like most companies, knows exactly how much revenue we make during the day. So it's a small price to pay in order to mitigate and have a better quality of life and not have lost customers and bad customer experiences.